You have a job interview coming up, and you have no idea what they're going to ask you. Or maybe you do know what they're going to ask, and that's somehow worse because you don't know how to answer it. You've Googled common interview questions 17 times, and you still feel completely unprepared. What if you could sit down with someone who's basically read every interview guide ever written, knows your exact job posting, and will practice with you for free right now as many times as you want? That's not a fantasy. That's free ChatGPT. And a lot of people are already using it this way, quietly before their interviews, while everyone else is just crossing their fingers. AI tools have gotten genuinely good at this kind of thing. Not in a scary robots are coming way. More like, imagine having a really smart friend who used to work in HR, has a lot of time on their hands, and will give you honest feedback without making you feel bad about yourself. That's the energy here. This video is going to walk you through exactly how to use free ChatGPT to prepare for a job interview, even if you've never used AI before in your life, and even if you don't have much experience for the role. Stack Future is where we make all of this make sense. Subscribe if you want more of this stuff delivered in plain English. Most people try to prepare for interviews by Googling interview questions for marketing jobs, or what do employers want to hear? And they get this giant list of generic tips that could apply to literally anyone on the planet. Not helpful. Here's where ChatGPT changes the whole thing. Instead of going broad, you go specific, really specific. Open up ChatGPT, free version, chat.openai.com, no account tricks needed, and paste in the actual job posting, the full thing. Then type something like, based on this job description, what are the 5 most likely interview questions they'll ask me, and why? ChatGPT is going to read that posting and pull out the things the employer actually cares about. If the job description mentions cross-functional collaboration 3 times, ChatGPT is going to flag that. It'll tell you they're probably going to ask you about a time you worked with people outside your team. And now you can prepare a real answer for that specific thing. Not a recycled answer from some blog post written in 2015. Actually, hang on. If you don't have the job posting anymore or it's vague, you can describe the role in your own words. Something like, I'm applying for a customer service role at a mid-sized tech company. They seem to care a lot about response time and customer satisfaction scores. That's enough. ChatGPT can work with it. The big shift is treating ChatGPT like a research partner, not a search engine. You're not typing in a question and hoping for a list. You're having a conversation. Give it context. The more you tell it, the more useful it gets. Okay, so now you have a list of likely questions. Great. But knowing the question is only half the battle. You still have to answer it. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They know roughly what they want to say, but they can't get it to come out right. It either sounds too stiff, or too casual, or they ramble, or they forget the important parts halfway through. Here's a prompt that works really well for this. Tell ChatGPT, help me build a strong answer to this interview question. Here's my experience. Describe what you've actually done, even if it feels small or basic. Don't worry about sounding impressive in your prompt. Just tell it the truth. I worked retail for 2 years, handled a lot of difficult customers, trained 3 new employees. That's real experience. ChatGPT will help you frame it in a way that speaks directly to what interviewers are listening for. There's a well-known interview format called STAR: Situation, Task, Action, Result. Interviewers love this structure because it's easy to follow. You can literally ask ChatGPT to format my answer using the STAR method, and it will organize what you gave it into a clean, clear response you can actually practice saying out loud. And here's the thing. Once you have a draft answer, you can ask it, "Does this sound natural? Can you make it feel a little less formal?" It'll rewrite it in a tone that sounds more like a real person talking, not a press release. You. Then practice that answer. Say it out loud a few times. It starts to feel like yours. This is the part most people skip, and it's honestly the most valuable thing on this list. Tell ChatGPT, "I want to do a mock interview for this job. You're going to act as the interviewer. Ask me one question at a time. After I answer, give me honest feedback on what worked and what I could improve. Then move to the next question." Then just do it. Answer out loud if you can, or type your answers in. ChatGPT will respond like an interviewer, ask follow-up questions, and then tell you what landed and what didn't. The feedback is genuinely useful. It's not just "good job." It'll say things like, "Your answer was strong, but you didn't connect it back to the job." Try adding a line about how this experience makes you a good fit for this specific role. That's the kind of note a career coach would give you. You can run this mock interview as many times as you want. Different questions each time, different moods. You can even tell it, "Make the interviewer a little more challenging this time." And it will push back more, ask tougher follow-ups, make you think on your feet. Most people go into interviews having thought about their answers. The ones who do mock interviews go in having said their answers. Big difference. There are always a few questions that make people freeze. What's your biggest weakness? Why did you leave your last job? Tell me about a time you failed. These aren't trick questions. Interviewers genuinely want to see how you handle them. But if you've never thought through your answer, you'll stumble. Ask ChatGPT, "What are the trickiest interview questions for this type of role? And what's the best way to approach them?" It'll walk you through not just what to say, but the reasoning behind what interviewers are actually looking for. For the weakness question, for example, most people know you're not supposed to say, "I work too hard." But do you know what actually works? ChatGPT can show you how to give a real, honest answer that demonstrates self-awareness without tanking your chances. There's a way to do it. And once you see it, it clicks immediately. Same with salary questions. A lot of people either lowball themselves or freeze up completely. Ask ChatGPT, "How should I answer if they ask about my salary expectations for this role?" Give it the job title and your general location, and it'll help you think through a range, how to phrase it with confidence, and what to say if they push back. Preparing for the hard questions isn't about memorizing perfect answers. It's about not being caught off guard. Walking in knowing you've already thought through the worst-case scenarios, that changes how you carry yourself in the room. If there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's that preparation isn't just doing it once. It's doing it until the answers start to feel like yours, not something you memorized, but something you actually know how to talk about. ChatGPT gives you a way to do that at midnight, alone, as many times as you need, completely free. You don't need to be a tech person. You don't need experience with AI. You just need a job posting and about an hour. Next video, we're going to talk about how to use free AI tools to write a cover letter that doesn't sound like every other cover letter in the pile, which, honestly, might be even more useful than this one. Keep an eye out for that. If this was helpful, a like would mean a lot.